We descend through the smoke-clogged clouds, markers of early industry. London has never looked so empty. Children in their bedrooms wish for snow before they rest, for as many hours as their anxiously excited states will allow. Parents prepare gifts and food for the next day's festivities, constantly vigilant of doors opening to ensure surprises are not ruined. Friends gather to enjoy one another's company. In central London, a single warehouse in the center of the bustling city, where a horse-drawn carriage is unloaded. Tired, downtrodden warehouse staff pull crate after crate and barrel after barrel of luxury good after luxury good. An old man in a velvet robe laced with gold thread stands on a balcony, safe and warm, at the back of the warehouse, overseeing the work. Once the cargo is moved, the staff begin to wish each other a Merry Christmas before looking up to the man on the balcony, wishing him a Merry Christmas. "Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. Have a wonderful holiday, Mr. Scrooge," he harumphs in reply, whispering "bah humbug" to himself as he about faces and returns to his office to complete his seemingly endless piles of paperwork. But we've heard this story before, I think. And many times, many different ways, we've heard this man's story, but there's a few stories within this story that we haven't heard before. Specifically 3 stories that we have not heard before. We ascend back above the warehouse, above London, through the clouds. The higher we ascend, the stormier it appears. Lightning crackles through the air. Heavy snow blinds us briefly until we pierce the atmosphere, entering a realm of stars. Here, on a large floating rock, in an entirely different plane of existence, lies the Chronomentarium. The Chronomentarium acts as a school for ghosts who wish to study history, log the present, and foresee future possibilities. At the same time, it also acts as a sanctuary for those in need. This starry realm is riddled with conflict and war, and the Chronomentarium acts as a beacon of peace and hope that does not meddle with the passage of time, only acting as passive viewers for millennia after millennia until this very night. Here is where we meet the heroes of our story. On the outside of the Chronomentarium, there are many tents filled with many magical creatures seeking assistance, help, running away from whatever violence or hardships and atrocities they have faced. The current populace of the camp is taken up by 2 primary groups of people, residents of the Kingdom of Samhain and residents of the Kingdom of Yuletide, as there is a war between them. We see at a table providing updates to someone we will meet shortly, a woman. She's a Christmas elf, originally from Yuletide. She has a scarf that changes color based on the current season. Since it's winter, it's a stark white with sprinkles of black, as if it's a canvas covered in snow with the night just slightly peeking through between just the thick layer of snow that covers the scarf. As she appears to be about 40s in age. Her name is Mary. And across from her, at a table, we see a ghost. One of our 3 ghosts. John, can you please describe your character?
Yeah, you see an older, white-haired man who appears to be in his mid to late 50s. He has a human form, wearing kind of Victorian-style dress. And yeah, he's looking intently at Mary, hanging on to every word.
Mary is kind of going through with you, walking through the capacity of the camp right now. A lot of the tents have been filled up. It's at around like 80-85% capacity. You all have a lot of space. I mean, this whole asteroid essentially is yours, and it is massive, miles upon miles across. So you all aren't necessarily hurting for space, but you are hurting for resources a bit. So she's kind of going through with you, talking about getting more food imports, more comfort imports like blankets and pillows and things like that. And she says, "Look, it's been tough seeing all these elves come in. They all just talk about how their homes are being burned, or they're being trampled on. I mean, all Yuletidians have kind of experienced that at one point or another. Santa wasn't always the most benevolent of rulers, but it's hard, John.
I can't imagine how difficult it must be for you, Mary. I'm sure your people are so appreciative of you. Find them space here, find them home. You should feel some pride in that.
I try. And some are appreciative, but as always, people going through a hard time have a hard time being appreciative. But that's the line of work that we're in.
That's right, and we're all doing the best we can, and at least we have enough space to house many, many more people in need.
Yes. You see, peeking into the tent, an angelic being with gold wings. Blue skin, curly hair, young, like mid-20s appearance. Her name is Celeste. She pokes in the tent and she says, "Sorry to bother. We have more skeletons, magical beings from both Yuletide and Samhain. Do you know where we can place them?"
What do you think, Mary? Enough room for some more?
Of course. I'll come right along. I know you've got a lot on your plate, John, but I will try my best to tell you if I need help, but I'll try to hold it down.
Thank you, Mary. Celeste, could I have a word with you?
Of course. Mary kind of shuffles out to meet this new group. As the tent flap kind of opens up, you see there are at least 100 people going back kind of into the entrance. They formed a line as kind of a makeshift table has been set up to start like giving them lanyards, kind of marking their information, tracking their stories, things like that. Not only for your own record keeping of the people that are present here, but also for the general record keeping of history and the passage of time, as is your primary job here. Mary takes her leave. Celeste enters. Her full wing frame span comes into view, 8-9 feet across. These giant golden wings as they just kind of flutter and float on their own, as if she's not even controlling them, as if they just do that on their own.
Wow, that never really gets old, I have to say.
It's a fun
Those are
party trick.
pretty magnificent wings.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just wanted to get your ear because I've been noticing that more and more refugees have been coming in the last little while, and I was wondering, in your travels, have you seen anything that could explain this? Any reason why we've been seeing an uptick in our numbers?
Well, the ongoing war is to blame for many of them. The kingdoms of Samhain and Yuletide have suffered both many a casualty and many arrive here. Are you making reference to anything in particular?
Yes, I'm wondering if you've heard or seen anything, if it's gotten worse, worse than we originally feared. There's no seeming end to this war.
Roll. This will be our first roll of the campaign. Roll
Exciting.
a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
DC 10.
Persuasion is pretty good. So let's see. I got a 21.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ow.
She kind of looks, ponders for a minute. I don't share personal information lightly, but it seems Mary is fairly open about her experiences, as have been the refugees from Samhain. Neither kingdom is in a good state. Frankly, from what I've seen, the folks coming from Samhain, they are scared. They fear what Pumpkin King will do if they run, fear what will happen if they aren't loyal to the kingdom. And on the other side, the elves that come from Yuletide, they are worked to the bone. They, frankly, they seem to not have value in the society of the king, Santa, if they are not working. So it's always been bad there. I think just the ongoing violence has obviously exacerbated both of those issues.
Horrible.
Indeed.
We here at the Ornamentarium will continue to just be that place of refuge for these people, and thanks for the update, Celeste. I appreciate all that you do.
Of course. And I hope you know we appreciate you as well.
I like to hear it.
Okay, that felt a little strong.
It's
I
just
guess...
nice to be recognized is all, you know.
Okay. Well, consider yourself recognized.
Thank you, Celeste. Consider yourself recognized as well.
This feels like you're just mirroring what I'm saying to you. This doesn't feel genuine anymore.
I think genuineness is in the eye of the giver and the receiver. And in this case, I've give and received appreciation. So thank you, Celeste.
Okay, as have I. This last 30 seconds has really sucked, so I'm gonna leave now.
Fair enough. We'll be waiting for the next round of folks. Thank you.
Of course. And she uses her wing to open the tent flap once more as she exits and goes to help Mary. We exit the outer rim of the chronomentarium as we enter the building in itself. The chronomentarium, the building, is in the center of this city. You could essentially call this a city in some sense. This central building reaches hundreds and hundreds of feet into space. These black Gothic spires, as if it's Notre Dame, but black, instead of the concrete gray. In this building is where the main work of the three ghosts are done. The three ghosts of the chronomentarium, past, present, and yet to come. But it is also where the school is, where ghosts or other magical creatures of all different walks of life come to learn about the art of either keeping history, recording the present, or trying to predict possible temporal probability. Here we see one of those things taking place, as having just returned from the Pumpkin King's recent speech, not more than an hour or two prior. Ledger, the archivist of the present, who typically works under John Present in the Department of Present, has joined a meeting here with several members of the Department of the Past. Here we see Ledger, who is a humanoid with parchment skin and ink veins, constantly writing on their own body. You see they're just covered in writing and writing all over wherever they could possibly have it. They have to go through some pretty strenuous removal processes to update themselves for their next outing, but it's what you gotta do to keep track of the present. They appear as kind of a teen male, although he's hundreds of years old in this role. No body hair to speak of. Wears very simple rags, but no shirt. We see a few members of the Department of the Past here. We see someone by the name of Mihail. They are a softly stooped, silver-haired elder with ink-stained fingertips, gentle dusk blue eyes. They smell of old books and parchment. This is the archivist, so they work frequently with Ledger in kind of getting these stories written out for record keeping. In addition to Ledger and Mihail, we also have Artemis here, kind of just taking in everything. Artemis is sitting in the back. They are the analyst of cause and effect. They are a tall, calm figure with sage-colored hair tied neatly back, pale lichen green eyes, and simple, precise clothing that mirrors their rigorous, impartial mind. Kind of just sitting, pondering to themselves, taking in the speech as it is recollected by the ledger. Lastly, here, our second of three ghosts. Gowri, could you please introduce your character?
Yes. I am Lore, who's the youngest of the spectral leaders at the Chronomentarium. Lore is also the shortest of the leaders, and Lore was a human who unfortunately died unexpectedly and at a very young age. She belonged to this forest-dwelling community. The community was mostly known to many unofficially as the Grove of Many Voices, because they had this sense of intuition and insight and it almost felt like they could read your mind and could sense what was going on. So even though the community had that reputation, Lore went a step ahead of all that, and even as a young child, she was very all-knowing. And unfortunately, one day, unexpectedly, when she was hanging out with her friends and her community members, accidentally consumed a poisonous plant and died at a very young age. And then when she opened her eyes, she stood in the Chronomentarium right in the middle of a very tense election and was by default elected as the ghost of the past. and one of the spectral leaders.
You see that Ledger has kind of been talking for the last couple minutes, just going down their arm slowly but surely as they kind of like bend it as if it were some sort of scroll reading off the speech as they were hastily writing it down. He's kind of finishing up the speech here. Okay, the Yuletidans want our lives to be forfeit. For years they've beaten us, bruised us, knocked us down, but after tonight no more. Parents will no longer fear for their children, children will no longer fear for their parents, friends will no longer fear for one another. After tonight, no one will need to fear being sent to war or dying by the hands of a Yuletidian. After tonight, the Northern Polis will fall. After tonight, the Kingdom of Yuletide will be no more. And that is it.
Wow, okay. That does not sound good at all. What was the audience temperament and emotions during all this?
God, I barely got the speech down. Let's see, did I take any notes on the crowd? Oh, yes. The crowd was pretty raucous towards the front, but most of them were kind of, I don't know. From what I could read of them, they didn't seem like they were like super enthusiastic about it.
Well, Artemis, what do you make of all of this?
You see Artemis kind of leans back. I mean, it is a common tactic of militaristic leaders such as the Pumpkin King, as we know by now, to play on the negative emotions of their populace and encourage and justify the atrocities they commit with those negative emotions. It just feels textbook to me, trying to do a last-minute spur to get as many soldiers as they can out tonight for the raid on the Northern Polis.
I agree. This is just textbook fear-mongering behavior.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know how that ends.
Not well.
Where that goes. Yes, we keep doing our job. We continue to stay diligent, notes, keep track of all the events as they unfold.
Yeah, it never gets easier being on the sideline.
It does. Hell, you look more pale than usual.
Hey, forgive me. I simply think that there are, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. I haven't seen this much bloodshed in all my time in this role as the archivist. I apologize, madam.
It's okay. As much as we try not to let our work affect us, this is beyond what, for me, I for sure haven't seen anything like this, but I'm fairly new to this role.
How do you manage it? You seem so confident and powerful in the face of danger and potential ruin.
It's what the job calls for us, I suppose. It's never easy, but we don't take sides. We don't interfere. We keep track of what unfolds, and we shall continue to do our job.
You see at this, Mahel kind of just like ponders for a moment. Roll an insight check for me. DC 15.
So it's 15 plus 9.
Dang. 24. You are very stringent with your team. You know lore. You know how your team acts on a day-to-day basis. You've been able to figure out when there's something off. And at this point, 200 years into your position as the keeper of the past, you can tell what's going on with your team members, and right now you can tell Mahel has something else to ask you but is afraid to ask it.
Okay. Mihas, sounds like you're holding something back. You know we're a tight-knit team and we trust each other.
Yes, apologies. My question was more personal. You mentioned not feeling. How do you not feel?
It's a tough one because things are just what they are. That's how I've always seen them, as facts, as just realities that exist. We ride it as it comes, irrespective of how we deal with it.
Does that not make you feel empty?
Never thought about it that way. I thought all of us as keepers of the past recognize that we play a very important role in accepting the facts as they come.
You're right. I apologize. I feel I've overstepped.
Not at all. We work together in this group. So if there's something that you feel differently about, you should share it with us.
Okay. And you see you saying that they were pretty tensed up. You see that tension is kind of alleviated a bit, and they kind of melt back into their usual self, as you seem to have eased their worries, at least in this moment.
Never hold back anything you have to say, Mehal.
She nods. You see Ledger kind of just being a spectator in this whole conversation, definitely looking more and more anxious on the sidelines, as like they're again under the Department of Present. They're not necessarily part of your team. So in all this discussion of like your team, they've kind of just been like, is that it? Can I go? Is that all right?
Yes, wonderful work. Thank you for representing the Chronometarium and getting all the notes for us. Continue to let us know if things happen and as things happen.
Yeah. Cool. Bye. And he sprints out the door, off to go find John Present, to tell him the good job he's done, the praise he received. Great. Now that you have this completed recollection and recording of the Pumpkin King speech, it is ready to be passed along to the shelf. You and your team take the book and bring it, all three of you, over to the shelf, where you see another individual. You see the technical specialist, the operator here of the shelf. The shelf is the seemingly infinite library of all recordings of past history, and is, of course, actively being updated as time continues to pass. Alai is her name. She has cropped copper hair, dusted gloves, as there's just always steam pouring out of somewhere, or some smoke pouring out of somewhere that she has to fix. This is a difficult machine to maintain, especially as time continues to go on and there's more and more weight being put into this library. Her presence appears to be equal parts engineer and artist, as her belt is crowded with tools. She sees you all walk in and she says, you ready to put them in? We got the speech there?
Yep.
Beautiful.
We sure do. The entire speech, brief notes about the atmosphere and the crowd's reaction, and here it is, all ready.
I heard this was a rough one. I heard Ledger running back and forth screaming before he went into the meeting.
Lord takes a deep sigh and then hands over the notes and says, well, we don't take sides, we take notice, just record them.
Yeah, that's lore for you. She takes the book, she places like a sticker on it, or like a ISBN sticker, basically, types on the little console there, presses some buttons, pulls from some levers. You can tell that if she ever exits this role, it's going to be a nightmare for someone to come in and gain all the institutional knowledge that Alai has had in this role up to this point. She grabs the book. You see shelves after shelves of books. It just, you see a final button push, and these shelves suddenly burst upwards, and just shelf after shelf just goes by until it slows down and comes to a halt on December 24th, 1843. Alai takes the book and says, beautiful spot for her right about here. She takes it and slots it in, and you see it's locked into place. There are lock mechanisms on all the records here. Since the shelf moves so fast, they would all just fly off somewhere if there were not locks on these things. Well, is there anything else you need from me? I was hoping to clock out early today.
I think that's it for today, but you know how it is. We need to be prepared. These are unsettling times, and it's also our busiest time.
Yeah. I'll just be hanging out. So I got some clocks I'm working on. I'll just
As always.
Yeah, I love my clocks. Cuckoo, grandfather, pocket, wrist, all of them.
No one can do what you do, Alai.
Aw, shucks, you're gonna make me blush. Well, I'm off. And she kind of picks up a little metal lunchbox and just gets on going to her place of residence here on the Chronomentarium campus. we back out from there, from this area of the chronomentarium, from the shelf, to the opposite side of the chronomentarium, where we go to the opposite side of time, from past to yet to come. We see that there are math equations upon math equations, whiteboard after whiteboard after blackboard of just graphs and numbers and variables, papers strewn about. This is not an organized space by any means. Almost 24/7, all of the people in the department of yet to come are just struggling to keep up with the massively changing probabilities of the future, trying to constantly keep up with things changing literally second by second. Here we see a few different people. We see one Priscilla Potts. She is about 300 ghost years old. Looks kind of like a blob or sheet ghost, but she has large glasses that somehow stay perfectly on her despite not having ears. You see Chief Analyst Abraham Mooney. He is a humanoid ghost, but looking kind of like the Monopoly Man. He's mustached. He's older. He's very calm, steady, and slow. But currently he is asleep at his desk. While everyone else is doing a lot of work around him, he is just snoring, completely passed out. One of the last two people you see in this room, Senior Analyst Omari. They work closely with Abraham as sort of the second in command. They are kind of a humanoid ghost of a younger man. They're a bit shy, very smart and diligent. And lastly, we see the one in charge, the ghost in charge. Audrey, could you please introduce your character?
Yes, so I am the ghost of Yet to Come. I go by Yet or just Q. My human name was Quentin Carpenter, and I used to be a clock mechanic / engineer / worker at a clock tower. But when I was around 20-something, someone moved a scaffolding plank while I wasn't looking, and I stepped over and I fell to my death. Whereas I used to be a very lackadaisical sort of human, I am now an anxious mess. I showed up around the time that Past was getting elected, and because of the drama of that whole election, I got kind of thrown into the mix because there used to be a mathematician that came and did their work in the clock tower, and that somehow got warped into me working with this mathematician and then me being their apprentice and then me also being a mathematician. And so they were like, oh, you're good for the role. All right, you can be Yet to Come. So now I am an anxious mess. I don't keep my human form. I'm a little blob ghost with perpetual bags of anxiety and sleeplessness under my eyes. And I haven't taken a single vacation in my over 200 years of working here.
You are here. You are actively preparing to go on your first vacation, actually. But as you are kind of in this state of anxiety, you see Potts comes over and kind of just gets close to you, tries to provide a comforting presence to you. Says, you know, we'll just be fine, sweetie. We will just be fine here. You know, we've got it locked down. All of us are on our jobs, and we're doing them very well. As you look around and you see Mooney just sleeping, and you see Omari doing all the work, clearly like overworked to hell. We've got it without you. We'll be just fine. No problems whatsoever.
I am currently holding like a piece of chalk for a blackboard, writing equations in like one of my little ghost hands, and then I have like a pen in the other, and I'm like writing on some papers. I have somehow levitating, even though I don't have ears. I have like a third like pencil like on my behind my ear, and I have like a piece of paper in my mouth, and I'm just like furiously scribbling, and I'm like and I spit it out. I'm like, yeah, I know it'll be fine. No, I'm just making sure everything's good before I leave. That's totally fine. Yeah, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be great.
Honey,
yeah. Vacation.
Honey, breathe. For one moment, just breathe. Yes, this is the final report of the night. All right, and then you get to go. There's not, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all
great.
good.
Yeah. Vacation. Yes. What do I do on vacation? I don't even know.
You don't know what you do. You're going on vacation tomorrow. Did you not plan your vacation?
I don't know. When would I have time to plan with all the
sorry.
work I'm doing right now?
Sorry, that was probably not the best thing to say. You can do whatever you wish on your vacation. That's the joy of a vacation. You can rest, you can party, you can go places.
Okay, that's a lot of choices. Okay, I gotta really think over my options here. Shoot, maybe
Any choice you make is fine. There's no wrong choice, honey. It's okay.
This is great. Yes, no, it's okay. I can do this. I can relax. Okay. Mooney, how are those equations coming along?
Roll a let's do an intimidation check here. Let's do an intimidation check.
Oh boy. Okay.
This is gonna be
that's not too bad.
This is gonna be a high DC.
Okay, well it's a 17 and I have a +0, so it's just 17.
Yeah. I didn't realize you had a +0. Well, this was a DC 20. So you would have had to hit a nat 20. You see Mooney just.
I start like turning just like blue, even bluer than my already kind of pallid ghost face in like the face as I just am seeing like everything falling apart around me, supposedly.
You look over and you see the senior analyst, Omari, and they say, I've got it. Everything's going to be just fine. All right. I'll wake Mooney up. I'll give him the rundown as always.
He probably won't even need it. He always knows wherever he left off. Okay, great. Yeah, okay, and then I'm just like looking between all the papers. I'm like, okay, this one goes to you, this one goes to you. Miss Potts, you can take that one. Okay, I think that's it. Am I on vacation?
Suddenly, the sirens that have never gone off before, the alarms all over the room, start blaring this red light. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, God.
This does wake Mooney up. And you see this? Oh, I completed the calculations. There's going to be a 99.5% chance of an apocalypse happening after tonight.
Apocalypse?
Apocalypse! It hasn't happened before, but it's happening now.
Oh my god. And then I think yet to come just like faints dead away for a second.
Oh, no sleeping. That's inappropriate at the workplace. Get up in your work.
I would think Priscilla might have like smelling salts, honestly.
Yeah, Priscilla says, oh dear. Just kind of hobbles over, reaches down, and pulls out the smelling salts. You pass out at least 4 times a day, so this is not out of the ordinary by any means, despite the circumstances. Waves over your nose as you come back.
I go, huh! I was on a beach. I was relaxing. Oh my god, alright, there's an apocalypse happening. Okay, what do we do? This has never happened before. What do we do? I don't even think my predecessor told me. What do we do?
Bursting in through the door to the room, streaking in, is Tomoe. Tomoe appears as a blob ghost with a tail in the shape of a lightning bolt, and they serve as kind of the message runner and delivery person. Hey, boss.
Boy.
I got the alarm. I got the alarm.
Okay, yeah, what do we do? I don't know.
I don't know, you're the boss. You tell me what to do.
Shit, I don't know.
I gotta run somewhere. You gotta tell me to run somewhere.
Shit. Okay, go get past and present and tell him to meet me.
Okay, right away.
Okay. Yeah.
At that moment, pretty much simultaneously, this guy's so fucking fast. You go past and present. You both receive very frantic messages from Tomoe as they run through. You get messages from Tomoe often. This is the main mechanism of communication that Yet to Come uses to pass on probabilities if need be. Meeting. Yet to Come wants a meeting.
Again? Alright. I'll go see what they want.
Make a perception check for me, John Present.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see alarms blaring. You see like red lights poking through the slits in like the window slits of the chronomentarium. You see there are alarms going off throughout the chronomentarium. Yeah, it's
perk up out of that, like out of that stupor, and I'm like, oh, okay. Or actually go see what she wants. Okay.
Yeah, it's really bad. Goodbye. And then goes off past you in a blink of an eye, get Tomoe in front of you.
Past gets slightly concerned, but then quickly masks it and says, "Okay, must just be a regular check-in."
No, nothing regular about it at all. There's red alarms everywhere. You see them all over the room. They're all there. That's never happened before because there's an apocalypse happening, and we need to assist immediately because the apocalypse class has been activated if there's an apocalypse happening. So that we have to intervene so we all don't die. Yeah,
Okay. We haven't died yet. So let's see.
but not yet. But soon. It's likely. It's over 99% chance of happening that we're all gonna die.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's get together and see what's going on.
Can you not be more freaked out? This is freaking me out right now. Sorry, that was inappropriate. I'm leaving. Goodbye. They're gone.
Hasn't happened yet.
They're gone. Zoomed out. You gather in this place of meeting that you all have, where you kind of usually meet like once every couple months. You all are pretty asynchronous as leaders of the Chronomentarium. You have all very different responsibilities. So you don't need to meet up very often. You exchange messages through your departments, but rarely do you three have to meet. And now is one of these times you meet the meeting place, capital letters meeting place. Because the meeting place is a space where all three branches of time that you govern kind of all coalesce and coincide in this room. I'd like you three to all describe what this room looks like. The room where you all meet as kind of your three realms join.
I'm like picturing almost like it's like a three sort of separate areas for each of the time, and then this meeting place is like in the middle, so there's like kind of three big doors to this like circular room, kinda.
It's cool.
I think my section is almost like in warm colors, almost like sepia style, and just has a lot of words and like diagrams and figures depicting some of the most historic and the biggest events in the past. So there's just a lot of writing and diagrams that show some of the biggest events. Yeah.
I think my section is probably like more stark than the others because it's more about practicality. So I envision not a lot of things on the walls or like artwork, kind of like Art Deco, like jagged angles, and not a lot of ornate objects around, I would say.
Yeah, I think mine's very like abstract shapes, kind of jumbled, almost like seems to like be different every time you look at it, and it's in a lot of kind of shifting sort of iridescent colors, like ones that it looks like one color and then you kind of look at it from a different angle and it's like another one, sort of. So
And I guess we all have like a central table that we all get together around. We each like are in our specific slice, so that table is almost like a triangle.
I like that.
Yeah, I would say my part of the table is kind of like stone.
Yeah, mine is almost like an extension of the background. That those inscriptions can extend onto the table design. And I have this very nice high back chair.
Yeah, mine's also just like this sort of like dark iridescent sort of shimmery color.
Room of three different themes, three different, very different individuals. Yet to come, you have information to share.
Yeah, I think the doors like fly open. I'm the last one there. I feel like I'm always the last one to show up to the meetings, even when I call them. And I come just like screaming in with like a ton of papers, like I'm just dropping them as like I'm like flying in. And I'm like, okay, guys, it's really bad. This has really never happened before. I don't even know what to do. But Mr. Mooney calculated that there is actually going to be this 99.5% chance that maybe the world will end in an apocalyptic manner tonight.
Tonight.
Aren't you about to go on your vacation? I mean,
Yeah, I was going to, but then, this happened and I can't exactly go on vacation when this is about to happen.
Is this a real thing, though? I mean, are you sure it can't be that bad, right?
Well, I mean, I think a 99.5% chance kind of speaks for itself, That's only a 0.5% that it won't Guys, I'm really freaking out.
Okay, just take a deep breath. Just
Okay.
relax in and out.
Right.
And then,
Okay. I'm
but
doing
what
my breathing
exactly is
exercises.
gonna? Yeah, what exactly is gonna happen?
Yeah, the
Well,
it still hasn't happened yet. We're on
yeah,
to it.
that's true, but I mean, I think it's pretty imminent, you know. It's I know I'm kind of like the future, look at the future like pretty far in advance, you know, but this is a pretty imminent future, I would say. Yeah. I think I'm let me look, and I'm just gonna like shuffle through like the notes and papers go flying. I'm like, okay, so it says here, a multiversal collapse by end of night, first apocalyptic event in known history. Yeah, I don't really know.
Well, even if that were true, there's nothing we can do about it. We are timekeepers. We just keep time.
Uh, I guess, but you know,
What do you know?
if
Anything else, Q? I mean, what exactly is going to happen?
I mean, if time ends, I don't know if we'll be timekeepers anymore. DM, would I know anything else other than this? Is there anything else in the notes that I have?
Yes. Roll an investigation check for me. Just because you're in this frantic position, you haven't looked. You have a ton of papers in your hands. It's like a massive stack.
Okay.
Because this report just got printed off.
Okay. Investigation. That would be a 17.
17. On a 17, you look through. There's a lot of different possibilities. You see this, the potential future branching out, and you see a lot of the different branches end in the apocalypse. And there are only a small amount of branches that do not. You see that there are many numbers being crunched actively. This string of papers goes kind of out the door, all the way back to the analyst department, and it's still actively being printed out. So you keep pulling
So
out.
I'm just like pulling it up as
Yeah, you're pulling it up as it's being printed. The numbers are continuing to be calculated. Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
High DC.
Oof. Okay, I don't think I'll make it then. That's a 13.
13. Yeah, you don't notice anything in particular as this piece, this long strip of paper continues to run. It goes and goes and goes, and you know this is just continuing to be the same charts. It's continuing to map out second by second how everything goes, but towards the bottom of it, you're going to kind of get the information you need of what branches you may potentially be able to hop on. You see a summary finally pop up. You rip the piece of paper out of the report, and you take a brief read through it. In the heart of London, a man named Ebenezer Scrooge and his disdain for Christmas has hit its peak. There is currently an aura emanating throughout the astral plane that severely is weakening the residents of the Yuletide Kingdom, coinciding with the assault being led by the Pumpkin King and his generals. It spells the potential end for Yuletide Kingdom. The best route to cease this is to try to convince Scrooge to believe in Christmas once more.
I'm like reading all of this out loud to past and present, and I go, there you go, easy solution, right?
But we can't interfere with what's happening. We've never interfered.
I mean,
He's
Then-
right.
is that a hard rule? Are we gonna get in trouble?
Everyone roll a history check for me.
Ooh,
This is not my thing.
Oh no. Oh no.
this is.
Oh, that's actually okay.
Alright.
I got a 19.
A 15.
I got a 27.
27. Q and Lore.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Q and Lore, you both remember that there is a clause that if the Department of Yet to Come determines that there is over a 99% chance of an apocalyptic event happening, out of self-preservation, the Chronomentarium can intervene in the passage of time in order for the multiverse not to end, because your mission to document time will fail if time itself ends.
That clause has never been exercised.
I mean, it's there for a reason, right? I mean, someone must have seen this coming.
I guess we added the clause because of the high improbability of it. This is unprecedented.
I mean, hey, they won't fire us. How hard can it be to convince someone in Christmas?
And I know that this is apocalyptic event, but I don't like helping one side over the other. The tide isn't as aimless as it appears to be. But if the entire universe is going to end, time as we know it will fade. It's worth it.
Yeah, better that than not existing, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
Should we
guess
go?
if the clause says that we should do something, if there's more than a 99% chance of an apocalypse, then I guess we should do something.
I know where you can find him.
Who the
Oh,
fuck
God,
is
he said that.
To that.
You both see appearing over the shoulder of John Presence, Krya.
Ah!
Krya, John Presence, spy master. You have never seen her appearance. She wears a dark cloak that shrouds her in shadow, but based on her vocal inflection, she may kind of be on the older side. But that's literally all you have been able to determine about this figure. She is very secretive and only really speaks with John present. I know where you can find him.
Oh my God, I don't think I've ever heard your voice.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Please don't come behind me in the middle of a meeting. Really, ever.
I apologize, but the table was blocking your front, so there was not much I could do to avoid that particular situation.
Okay, fair enough. What?
Very,
Where
very
do we find him?
practical. I like this one.
Thank
Good point.
you.
Where can we find him, Kriya?
Well, in central London, this Ebenezer Scrooge appears to be a richer man. And you see she pulls out a cane that has a crystal orb on it, and there are many silhouettes that appear as she zooms in on this warehouse within central London. You all know that you can go between the material plane and the astral plane fairly easily. The reverse for a humanoid to go from the material plane to the astral plane, the only way they can do that is by dying. You all, as creatures who have already died, can go between both. Down in central London, you see here, if you look at my orb, there is a man, and he is alone in his office, writing on papers. He seems to be very sad, very like a stereotypical masculine type, just like very like disconnected from his emotions, very focused on like meaningless goals and not forming connections with others. Just a pretty sad guy. But give me it, so you could go find him.
Laura shakes her head and says, "One of those. It's always one of those.
Oh, what do you mean one of those?
Mortals.
I mean,
Mortals."
we were mortals once. Not that I really think much on it, but how bad can it be, right?
I don't remember what I did down there, and I really don't care. Those are
Well,
selfish beings of all.
as far as I can remember, there's never been historical evidence of anyone successfully getting through to someone who's that detached and cut off from humanity. We'll have to see how successful we can be.
Well, first time for everything.
John, may I have a conversation with you in private?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's get this over with.
Do you not wish to talk to me?
You've had some ideas lately, Kriya, that quite frankly disturb me. But let's have a conversation.
My ideas are not disturbing, boy. My ideas are what guide us to a stronger, better future.
I'll be right back, y'all.
You go back through your door, John, with Krya, and see that she leans in closer to you, even closer than she usually does, which makes it exponentially more uncomfortable than it usually is. She continues to raise her staff at you, though. Look, I have seen a lot of what's going on out there. I think we've got a good thing going at the Chronomentarium if we can just announce publicly that the apocalypse is happening and that we're working on fixing it. I think we could really get our name out there, and we could be more than just this weird institution that stays on the sidelines. We could be like part of the universe, the multiverse.
We are an important part of the universe and the multiverse, Kriya. We provide sanctuary for people who need it.
Yeah, I mean that's important, but what if people need help? They can't get to the Chronomentarium. What if people need help and they can't leave the kingdom of Yuletide for whatever reasons, material or non-material, or the kingdom of Samhain, or any other magical kingdom with magical beings or any other plane. We should have extra planar locations, John. Extra planar locations.
Ria, we've got people working on it. Celeste is on every plane possible. She's gathering people by the day. What we don't want is to cause a panic at this point. This has to be a secret for now.
Okay. I think people ought to know we are an institution that shares knowledge, and what are we if we do not share that knowledge with the general public?
We are a safe haven, and we are a school to help people become the best they can be, but we are not fame seekers. We have no desire to become heroes. Public heroes, anyway.
Okay, you say that, but you're instituting the apocalypse.
To save people from it.
Okay, I'll go along with what you're saying for now, but you'll hear from me, John. As she, kind of smacks your head a little bit with the orb. You'll hear from me.
Thank you, Kriya. Thank you.
You can't really tell when she fully disappears, because she's always shrouded in darkness. She, backs away, and you can't tell when she's fully gone, but she appears to have left. Q and Lore, were you having any conversation within the room by yourselves?
Yeah, I think Q was probably just kind of tearing through notes and being okay, well, this one says that if we do this, this could happen, but then this one, even if we try this, it's gonna end in the apocalypse, and then this one right here, it looks okay, but it's not really the best outcome, so. And then I just procure a cold cup of coffee, and I'm sipping it and shaking in my nerves.
Lore was just trying to absorb as much information as possible from Q, asking a lot of questions, and Q is clearly frantic and just trying to keep pace with everything, and Lore is just making separate mental tabs and spreadsheets of all the different scenarios and cataloging them.
Yeah, and as you both kind of work together to start cataloging these different possible futures, contextualizing them with the past, what you know off the top of your head of both kingdoms as well as the Chronomentarium, you think back if there has been any apocalyptic event. As far as you know, there isn't anyone recorded. This all seems very unprecedented as of right now. And as you are kind of putting this together, John, you come back in.
And I come back in with a tray of a few glasses and a pot of tea. And I just kind of put it in the middle of the table and I say, figured in case anyone wants to kind of calm down, I know this always soothes me a little bit. I know.
Great, yeah, thanks.
I know you might not enjoy tea as blobs, but I figured I would give it a try. I just kind of pick up some of the tea and drinking it.
Just oh yeah, thanks. This is really going to be calming. And then I'm just double fisting a coffee and a tea at the same time. So I'm and then I just drink some and then I start buzzing again. So it's just offsetting.
Lore sheepishly reaches over and grabs a cup and then draws it along the table and then starts sipping it quietly.
What are the current emotional states of everyone right now? I think internally, and how visible do you think that is to one another?
I think on the inside I'm feeling a little bit of trepidation, but I am trying to put on the front of that leadership role, that older brother role, I'm the confident I got this vibe. But on the inside I'm a little wary of going to the mortal world because I have this kind of almost loathing of the mortal world. Because I don't remember my past at all, so I'm kind of wary of going down there.
And Lore is slightly nervous and restless, but also slightly excited because she, as a recorder, has basically just has a very passive role, and right now there's a very active opportunity where she gets to get involved and play with time and play with the order of events and consequences of events. So there's a little bit of a rush, and at the same time she's trying to keep herself very composed and contained and trying to remember and recall as much historical evidence and facts that she can to help resolve the situation because she's committed to resolving it. And also she's partly excited to go back to the mortal world because she feels very nostalgic and attached to it.
Q is an open book. entirely. You could see Q is just an anxious mess, as always. There's like a little bit of like a manic edge to it now because it's sort of just like they're so like just far gone into anxiety and like, you know, shit's going down that now they're just kind of like, yeah, everything's gonna be so great. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be great. How hard can this be? And they're just kind of, they have this like huge smile plastered on their face, but their eye is like twitching and they're just like, okay, are we ready to go?
I think I want to share with my team and give them instructions to start, especially because we have the different scenarios that at least most of the scenarios I learned from Q. I want to tell them this is what is predicted to happen, and if they can find any relevant information we can use to work on the current situation and we can help. So I basically give my team a list of assignments. I give very specific assignment to each team member, especially to Mihail. I give them information related to Scrooge, but since they feel already so worried and shaken about the war, I keep them clear of Yuletide and the other, you know, the current situation, and essentially have them focus on Scrooge and what they can find out about them.
You have gathered your team here and allocated a bunch of tasks to them. Theo, the one member of your team we haven't been introduced to, they have curling chestnut hair. Curling chestnut hair. I read that as curling chest hair for a second, sort of pointing to my chest.
It's canon now.
Yeah, it's canon now. Curling chestnut hair and chest hair, bright story-lit eyes, and earth-toned garments adorned with woven charms. Still like bright-eyed and showing like signs of optimism despite this hard circumstance. Actually, if you want to roll an insight check for me, that would be lovely.
5 plus 9, 14.
14. On a 14, Theo's positive energy that they are emitting is also internal. You don't think they're putting on a front. You think they are genuinely like approaching this situation positive emotions.
That gives Lore some confidence and calmness. Lore feels thankful again for having this amazing team and having these people around her. And then she says, "What do you think, Theo? What are our chances?"
I mean, based on the calculations, not good. But, you know, I believe in us. I believe that we can get this done. I believe that you three can get this done. I will...
Think we can get through to this guy?
I mean, I think so. I will try to... one sec. Tomoe and Tomoe, like within an instant, just bolts into the room. Tomoe's gonna have a busy night. He comes in. Yeah, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Theo says, I'm gonna gather some information on Scrooge, and I need you to deliver it to Lore when I have assembled that. Is that all right? He says, yeah, why'd you call me now? Just call me when you have it done. What's the problem? I don't. Okay, bye. And then just dips. Theo says, I'll get the information to you.
I believe you.
But you gotta get going.
Okay. Yeah, we do. We have to get going. Artemis, Mihail, Eli, all of you know what you have to do. Just give me a shout out as soon as you hear or learn anything.
You get nods from all of them. You see Eli, Mihail, Theo, Artemis, they all move over to the shelf. Eli takes their place behind the console, and all of the team members start just pulling books after books and just start reading as much as they can, trying to find as much information as they can about Ebenezer Scrooge.
Lore's eyes tear up. She goes, what a great team.
Is there anything John Present or Q are doing in this moment?
I don't know if I need a scene of it, but I think similar to Lore, I would be kind of telling my team that I'm taking like a little bit of an absence for a little bit. So I'm kind of like just telling them like maintain your current duties. I'm going to be gone for a while, but I'll come back. I'm not going to give too many details yet about what the apocalypse. Well, I guess the alarms are going off, right? So I guess
the alarms are going off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm kind of telling them I'm going to take care of this. Maybe I'm not giving them all the details of what's going on, but giving them enough to I'm taking care of the problem.
You see Professor Timber comes up to you. He appears as a conductor-like figure. He has a baton and a waistcoat with musical staves. He's a middle-aged man, and he has a wig like Mozart's wig. You kind of act as the headmaster of the school, and he acts as the dean. By golly, this is quite a lot. Is there anything that I can do to teach Anything about the
Professor?
apocalypse?
Oh, I don't know about the apocalypse itself, Professor, but you're going to have a very, very important role while I'm gone. You're going to be in
Oh,
charge of
golly.
the whole school. Up to you,
Oh.
bud.
Great. Starts tapping his baton like on his leg.
Don't worry, I know you can handle it. This is kind of your time, man. Think of
Yeah.
it as an opportunity to show everyone your worth.
I will show everyone my worth. I will show everyone my worth. I will show everyone my worth. I will show everyone my worth. And just
Amazing.
continues to, and just walks out the room, just tapping and continuing to sing.
I knew you could do it.
I'm trying my best. The rest of your team, Ledger, Mary, and Celeste, all nod. Ledger says, I'm gonna get myself cleaned up. I'm gonna get everything cleaned up because I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot more writing to do tonight. But when I do, I will be sure to keep an eye out for all of you, and keep an eye out on the war, and keep an eye out on the refugees coming in, and write as much as I possibly can, and pass it along to Lore's team.
Hey, just remember to have a little fun too. This moment is never gonna happen again.
That's the
Ledger.
most insane thing I've ever heard you say. This is
It's
not
never
fun.
gonna
This
happen
is the
again.
end of the
It's-
world.
It's up to you to record this. Everyone's gonna look back.
But who's gonna read it if everyone dies? What's the?
That's why we're taking care of it, okay? We got this. We got this. How long have I been in charge?
800 years.
Close enough. 725.
I was so close.
We're so close. Okay? Have I ever let you into an apocalypse before?
No, this has never happened before.
See? So what are you worried about? It'll be over very soon. You're gonna be fine.
That
Just
sounds like a
trust-
threat. When you say it in this context, it sounds like a threat. It's not comforting.
It is very comforting. Trust me.
You're scaring me, John. I'm leaving. Ledger just
Take a couple
walks out.
deep breaths and write everything out.
Okay, I'll take deep breaths and I'll try to forget this conversation happened because it made my feelings much worse. And starts like erasing the ink on his skin. Cool. Yet to come.
Present is just kind of taking this all in stride. I'm saying like the same words, but they're like in a negative light. I'm like, okay, this is happening now. It's the one moment. It's never gonna happen again because either we're gonna save everything or things are gonna end very badly. Okay. Miss Potts, Mr. Mooney, Omari, you guys are all in charge. Hey, I guess you could look at this kind of like a vacation, right? I mean, it's a work trip, but I'm leaving.
Dearie, this is not a vacation. If we survive the night, you will get your vacation, I assure you.
Yeah, that's a really nice thought. I don't know if I'll ever feel comfortable leaving this place again. All right, great. This is gonna be fine. And I just procure like a very old like scarf, and I kind of just like throw it around like my shoulder.
You see Mooney's been asleep this whole time. Omari just says, I'll tell him.
Thanks. He probably's got it anyway. You know him.
Is there anything you want from me, besides just running all night?
If there is, I'll tell you. I can't think of anything right now, except the imminent demise of our entire timeline.
Of course. Just say my name and I'll be there, just instantaneously. You know me,
Thanks.
that's me.
Great. And then I gather a bunch of notes, and with one last nod to everyone, I rush out.
Beautiful. You all head out. Leave the chronomentarium, descend past the asteroid as you float downwards.
As we are descending, there's like a shiver that goes through Laur's body. Laur's like, guys, you're making history, writing it.
Yeah, we're kind of taking it all into our own hands. Maybe we will control the future a little bit.
Present is all there is. Enjoy it while we have it.
You all continue to descend. You pass the threshold of the atmosphere, which in turn transitions you from the astral plane into the material plane. You begin to descend through the clouds, through the snow that just pushes right through you, through the lightning that just seems to spark around you. As you descend further down, light begins to appear. Not the light of the sun or the light of any other natural source of light, but instead the mechanical, artificial light of the city of industry, London, which gets closer and closer as you all drift downward and downward towards the warehouse, where you know to be one Ebenezer Scrooge. As you descend, you reach the front of this warehouse. There is a metal gate in front of a big 30-foot tall warehouse made out of brick. This rectangular, very boring, sterile building, as boring and sterile as you can have in 1843. There's this big opening. There's like a big metal door that has to be manually pulled. You three in your ghostly bodies just pass through it. You enter this warehouse, and you see stacks of crates, barrels, organized very well, labeled into their own sections, A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, all these different looking products. And you see a candle flickering above. There's a metal stairway in the back right corner that goes up to a central balcony and room, wherein that candle flickering alights the form of Ebenezer Scrooge, still writing on those ledgers and those documents and all that paperwork that just needs to get done. This is where you all find yourselves.
I wanted to ask about what we know about like Christmas in this universe.
You would know like the general traditions of the holiday. You know that the Kingdom of Yuletide is kind of just built around this holiday. They get requests from children who send letters in. They have, plants in the postal service on the material plane that will pull these letters, send them into the astral plane for Santa to read, issue orders to his elves who are ceaselessly making these toys and things like that.
I guess Lore has been talking nonstop and incessantly as they're journeying down into the space and filling everyone in on everything Christmas related that's happening at that time.
Yes.
Even things that Yet and Present already know. So they're a little annoyed. But she's just very excited to be back in the mortal plane, and is basically like teary-eyed and nostalgic and just happy to be seeing all these sights and scenes again, and feeling it, and also incessantly talking and saying, so this is how back in this day Christmas started, and just giving them information that they already know.
As you descend, you see all the decorations that are being described by Lore, these garlands that are strung from streetlight to streetlight. On like the outward facing sides of some of these houses, you see lanterns with like stained glass. They have like red stained glass or blue stained glass, so they emanate like a colored light on the side of the houses. Wreaths on doors. Through windows, you see trees that are decorated with tinsel and other various decorations, whether they be artificially made or just other things found out in nature. You see all the things that are being described by Lore just around the entirety of London as you descended.
I'm definitely testing the patience of both of these guys by just commenting and narrating, basically like a continuous running commentary on everything we are seeing, stating even like the most obvious facts and saying, so those are the trees and people like to hang ornaments off of them, and that is when kids gather, like right up to the point where we enter, go up the staircase, and then do it. And this in front of us is Scrooge.
What the? Who are you?
Oh.
Didn't know he could see us.
Wow, this is quite unexpected. Oh my gosh, you guys. Maybe we should have talked about how we were going to approach him before we actually showed up.
Oh my god.
I guess this is more our style. Just
Yeah.
going right to the problem.
Just right to the root of the problem. Hi, Mr. Scrooge. How you doing?
I've taken inappropriate medications. Have I eaten something I shouldn't have? Is God out to punish me? What is happening?
Well, we are just here to chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
He starts reaching under his desk for something.
Oh, hold on there, old chap. No need for that.
Yeah, you'll just, I don't know what you're getting, but I think we're pretty immaterial here, depending.
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion or intimidation check, your choice. All of you together.
I'm rolling persuasion, and I got an 18.
I'm rolling intimidation, and I got a 23.
It doesn't matter because I have +0s for both, and I rolled a 4.
On a 23 and an 18, he's still like tense and shocked and not sure how to react, but he kind of like takes a breath and swallows his spit.
Okay. I do have a gun. But I'm gonna take it out and put it on the table so everyone can see it. I won't use it. I'm just moving it on the table. That's all I'm doing.
That's good. Very good, Scrooge.
Very
Just
good,
one,
yeah.
There's
one
my
step at a time.
You received it on your birthday. It was a gift from your dad, wasn't it?
Why? Yes, it was. Why? How do you know that? Who are you?
We should have introduced ourselves. How silly of us. Well, I'll just give some brief introductions. So, this is Lore, the ghost of Christmas past, and then this is John Present, the ghost of the present, and then I am yet to come. But you can call me Q, or yet. It doesn't matter.
You said ghosts?
Yes.
Ghosts.
Maybe he's never seen one before. I don't know.
I've never seen a ghost
Yeah.
before. No one's ever seen a ghost before. Ghosts aren't real.
Yeah, he thought he did when he was 8 years old, but it was just a play of shadow.
Stop that!
Oh.
Stop that! You are not getting in my head, you spirit.
And I'm gonna like kind of whisper to Lore. Is there anything that you think would be comforting for him right now in this very nerve-wracking moment?
Oh,
Maybe a
I've
favorite drink or a favorite snack of some kind?
Love to get him some tea right now, but I don't think my hands would be able to touch the human pot.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could find on him that can soothe him or calm him down. As far as I've known, he's always been that way.
Oh.
What was his favorite toy as a child?
Balloon animals. Maybe we could try and make some balloon
I
animals.
don't want balloon animals. I am 72. I am done with balloon animals. I liked them in my youth.
I use I cast Major Image in front of him. And
I was doing minor illusion and it just sort of
perfect.
deflates away. And as I see you doing this, and he's
Can
saying,
do both of them at the same time,
Yeah.
multiple ones maybe. A 20-foot balloon animal in this room.
What does this balloon animal look like? What does it take the shape of?
I think it's in the shape of a puppy,
Very
like a
cute.
dog.
Very cute.
It's red colored.
A red puppy, a red balloon puppy.
Oh my god. Okay. That is a big dog.
Does this please you, my friend? You feel calm?
No, I can't say I do. This has only made things worse, actually.
Getting that a lot today, unfortunately.
Yeah. Great. Great. Okay.
here, maybe this would help. And then I take the little scarf off and I try to like place it, float over and place it on like his lap.
Get away from me.
You see, this is an ethereal scarf meant to be worn by ghosts, so it has the kind of the same effect as you would as a ghost, where the scarf just, you put it on his lap and it falls through his legs.
Which way is this?
It was a scarf. Oh dear. And then I just kind of pick it back up and like sort of dust it off a little bit.
I gotta say, you have quite terrified me. But clearly you're not going to leave me alone until you get whatever you want across. Having all three of you here is very disconcerting. You with the giant balloon animal, you terrified me because you're conjuring random things out of nowhere. And you with the scarf that went through my legs, I feel a chill that will not disappear now, and it is not my arthritis, so I would like both of you to please leave.
I suppose we could pop out for a second. All right.
Maybe try and make us some tea.
Oh, yeah, we'll maybe try to go find some. Okay.
Weirdly,
Good
tea
idea.
sounds really good right now.
Yes. Oh, we're bonding. This is wonderful.
You're bonding.
We're
This
not
will be so
bonding. I'm
easy.
trying my best, but we're not bonding.
We
Well-
made a connection.
Humans are always worried about something. Let's go, Q.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna enter the ethereal plane and like pop out. Go look for some tea.
Yeah, see if we can bring tea to the mortal.
You both move into the ethereal plane. This plane mirrors that of the material plane. All the same buildings are here. They're just wavy green and blue, like they're not consistently formed. You all move through them and you can access objects as you would on the material plane, but within this plane. Lord, you are left with Scrooge as he like starts breathing a little bit. Ooh. Okay, so you are ghosts, that much I can tell.
We also go by timekeepers.
Timekeepers, okay. Great. Timekeepers. I don't know what that means, but I have no choice but to say all right.
It's complicated. You'll get to know us very well hopefully before the end of day, which we hope will also not be the end of time. That's what we're here to prevent.
You're here to prevent the end of time?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what I'm meant to do about it. What do you want with me? I'm just a man, lonely old man.
Yeah, we want to get to know you better and see if you can start believing in Christmas again.
Ugh, bah humbug. I don't. You're playing some sort of prank on me. You're saying the end of time is going to be ended if I believe in Christmas.
Yeah. What does end of time make you feel?
Confused mostly. I guess bad.
You feel bad, so you don't want time to end?
Yeah, sure.
This is better than I was expecting. We're
Well,
making progress.
Because if time ended, I would die and I wouldn't be able to make any more money.
Money. Okay, yes, you're right. You like making money.
Oh, I love it.
So you can spend.
I dump all my gold coins in these ceramic bathtubs I get. I get a new one every week. And then I put all my gold coins in it and I dive in it and I swim.
So you like spending money on ceramic bathtubs?
I do. I'd say it's one of the main commodities. If you look around the warehouse out the window and you see a lot of the boxes are actually, or at least the size of which you think would hold the ceramic bathtub. So you see a lot of these boxes are in fact bathtubs.
And this makes you happy.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It makes me so happy.
Do you like to share this happiness with anyone?
Of course not. Why would I want to share happiness with anyone else? Roll an insight check for me.
My insight was 24.
You notice, one, that when he talked about finding happiness in diving in bathtubs of gold, on an insight of 24, what he is saying is factually correct. He does often dive in bathtubs of gold, but emotionally he is lying. He is not happy. And as someone that studies the past, oftentimes when someone is experiencing this level of negative emotion, this level of disdain for others, it lies in past trauma and potentially past losses. Either something has happened to those he was once close with, he never had anyone he was close with, but you know that there is some pattern that has been established in his life up to this point that has caused him to mistrust people. In this crotchety old rich man, you see a child who has been broken.
Okay. I feel, as I see and sense all of this, I'm overcome with some insight and realization, almost like sympathy or empathy, but because Lore is still very guarded about not getting too emotional about facts, I have a spell
Ooh,
to charm a person.
okay.
The person I'm trying to charm must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends, and until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. Regards you as a friendly acquaintance, and when the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
Scrooge is emotionally unintelligent. What is the DC for this wisdom save?
Oh yeah, save DC.
I think it's because of your
Plus
plus
9.
9 charisma
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a -1, so he's got to roll a nat 20 to not get charmed by you.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he does not. That is a 5, a nat 5. This tense demeanor that he's had and this guarded visage that he has presented to you immediately alleviates as the spell takes place. You see the spell like coursing through his body as each individual muscle and bone just like relieves all tension as he sits relaxed now in your presence.
Now that we are starting to get to know each other a little better, what was the last Christmas you remember where you enjoyed it?
Oh, it's been a while. I'd say none of them. I mean, not that I can remember.
Actually, he's gonna roll a history check.
Okay.
Oh, on a 16.
On a 16, I have vague memories. When I was 6, it was a beautiful Christmas. My mom was there, my dad was there, my sister was there. It was everyone together. We were eating and it was merriment and all. Then the next year, I lost my sister and my mother. After that, the next Christmas, my father didn't know what to do with me, so I was sent off to boarding school and never really saw him. He's dead now. Good riddance.
So that was the last Christmas you celebrated.
I tried for years to celebrate in honor of my mother and sister, but felt wrong. It wasn't happy.
Well, grief is always heavy to carry. You can make new friends. You can have new family or friends that you can celebrate Christmas with.
Why would I need that, though? I don't need... Look at all around me. Look at all the lovely things I have. I don't need friends or people in my life. I've been successful in spite of people around me and people in my life. In spite of my father.
What time is it on Christmas Eve?
You see right now it's around like 11 p.m. The apocalypse countdown is for sunrise.
Okay. Laura has like this countdown watch that basically says how much time we have left for sunrise. So as she's getting lost in the story and wants to know more and wants to know about other Christmases they've spent and like wants to collect more information about the past, she sees this countdown going on and she says, okay, I need to adopt some faster techniques here, and I want to cast another spell, if possible. I want to cast Suggestion, and I suggest to Scrooge to go outside and meet some people and try to join in on the Christmas merriment. Go to the mall, see the festivities play out, see all the families and people coming together, and see if he can remember what it was like to celebrate Christmas again.
This is another wisdom saving throw. That
Correct.
is DC 20. And because he is already charmed, I will say he rolls with disadvantage. So he has to roll 2 nat 20s in order to fail this save.
Damn.
Since he has a -1 to wisdom.
He's going
I
to the
love
mall.
these spells.
5 and a 12. So I would say that's a failure. He says,
That sounds like a wonderful idea. I shall go right at this moment.
he like slowly gets up, puts on his overcoat, starts to step out the door and walk down the warehouse stairs towards the exit to the warehouse. As you follow him as he starts to wander the streets, let's cut back to John present and yet to come. You both have gone to the ethereal plane. You still hear this conversation happening as long as you're within earshot. It's just like a little muffled, as if you're hearing it from behind a wall, a thin wall. But you all are on a hunt for tea. Both of you can roll investigation checks for me.
As I'm like hearing this sad story, I'm like, oh my goodness, how sad. Did you hear that story? Oh my god. No wonder he hates Christmas so much.
Sadder than I had expected. 13.
18.
13 and an 18. John, you don't find much. There's just a bunch of scattered papers here, even in the ethereal plane. Like, you see all the papers. Looks like scribbles of writing, like you can't even determine what words or numbers are written here. But what does translate is the dollar signs. You just see a bunch of dollar sign symbols everywhere on these papers. Q, you look around, you find a cabinet, and you open the cabinet, and it looks like there is actually an assorted amount of teas here. It seems as if Scrooge may have a little tea stash of a bunch of different flavors.
Ooh.
Lovely. I'd like to start making some. I'd like to make the most festive flavor that he has possible. Like if it's I'm thinking like a peppermint or sort of like a spiced tea of some kind. I'd like to go for that.
Yes, there is like a herbal tea here that you can kind of twist and make your own. You look around and you're able to grab some spices and make it as festive as you can. You find a little bit of mint. In the ethereal plane, you can smell this tea. As it enters your sensory apparatus, it smells like that's a pretty darn good tea.
Oh yeah. I take like a sniff and like my blobby form just like melts into like a puddle for a second before I like reform and I start carrying it back over towards where Scrooge is.
Scrooge seems to have many mysteries to him.
Yes, but he has a good tea stash. That's real good.
As you finish making this tea, you turn around and you see Scrooge beginning to exit the warehouse with Lore on his tail.
Are you guys leaving already?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I gotta get this tea to him real fast. So
Go.
I'd like to So how does this work? Because if I'm in the ethereal plane and I've made the tea on the material plane, is it just like a floating cup?
Let's say this is going to be an Arcana check
Okay.
to kind of transfer
Sure.
this tea from the ethereal plane to the material plane.
Sure. Oh, shoot. Well, that's a 5 on the die, plus 7, that's a 12.
You're thinking about it, you're like, I've never had to go between planes with a cup of tea before, and you're holding it, and I think
no.
the 12 is indicative of like you overthinking it a little bit.
Oh, no.
And so
oh,
you
God.
kind of float forward, I guess, as you go between planes, and the cup twists a little bit, and it spills
no.
a little bit, and then it slips from your hand. John Present, you see this happening. At all.
Oh, shoot.
Can I try to like catch it?
Yeah, you can try to catch. Roll an athletics check for me.
Oh no, that's not my thing. Oh no. 15. I rolled
15.
a 16 minus 1.
You dive to the ground, and you are able to cup your hands beneath this cup of tea right before it hits the ground in the material plane and save it from shattering. As it does, the warm liquid of tea spills out again onto your form, and you take 2 points of fire damage as it kind of burns your ethereal form a bit.
Oh,
no.
Worth it. Worth it.
Oh,
Here you go,
you're a
Q.
hero. Thank you.
Of course, we spent some good time on this tea.
I know, don't want it to go to waste. I'm gonna take the tea now much more carefully.
Lore, you see coming out of the office, John Present, and you with a cup of tea floating right behind you.
Finally, I can use some tea right now.
Oh, sorry, it's not for you. It's for Scrooge.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can go make you some
Well-
more, but I mean, I think he's kind of the important one, right?
Yeah. He's on a mission though. He's gonna be busy for a while. I had to fast track our plan a little bit, guys.
Okay.
Where'd you
Maybe I
send
can
him?
catch up. Does it look like I can catch up with the tea?
Yeah, you could catch up. He's not walking incredibly fast, and you all can like float and go through walls and stuff, so you have a movement advantage by all means.
Can
Is
other
he-
people see us?
Oh yeah.
You can choose to present yourself to others or not. So if you would like to be present, you can be.
Wow. I am the president.
Whoa!
He is
Whoa.
If you would like to apparate, you can. Otherwise, you don't need to.
I would like to try to hurry up and is like Scrooge a little bit like in a daze being under like the suggestion spell right now, or is he still pretty present or like focused?
He's definitely focused. He has a mission, and he is going to do that mission, and it is talk to people wherever he can find them. But he does seem to have like some sort of veil that makes it feel like he's a little glazed over. He's ultimately not being driven by his own willpower. He's being driven by a magical effect.
Got it. Right. I'm gonna like try to catch up to him before he leaves the warehouse and just be like, "Here you go, Mr. Scrooge. I don't want your throat getting parched when you're talking to all those people outside. Here you go. Here's some tea for you."
Oh, thank you.
Oh God. What was it?
It was a nat 20. This was how much
yeah.
Scrooge enjoyed the tea, and it was a nat 20.
Amazing.
Oh, let's
Crazy
go.
thing to
Hell
roll a
yeah.
nat 20 on.
Whoa.
He sips the tea, and he like has the critic from Ratatouille, like when he eats the ratatouille and goes back in time. He has a moment where he goes back to that Christmas as a 6-year-old when all his family was
Oh
together
my
for the
God.
last time.
Incredible.
And he sips the same tea, the very same tea, as the flavor touches his taste buds, and he savors it. In this moment, with the tea, you see that veil of him being controlled by a magical effect. It doesn't break, but it like shimmers, as if it's now kind of starting to blend with his own willpower, as if he isn't doing this
Oh.
as just being driven by a magical effect. He now is like being driven by a positive memory.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you, weird spirit creature. I have a thing to do. Goodbye.
All right. And I go, "Phew, okay. All right.
Oh, that looked
That's
like,
good.
like good tea.
That was good. Hey, maybe I'll go whip up a match for the three of us while he's out there.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna slip back into the other plane and just try to go make some more of the same tea.
You say that. You turn around. There's it's a cobblestone road with uneven bricks. Carriages often roll down. You see streetlight go out, go out, go out, closer and closer to you. These lamps lose their light. In their stead, above the crest of the hill, the ground begins to shake.
Guys?
Boom,
Oh no.
boom. Heavy footsteps. The first thing you see is a red glow emanate. And the first thing you see in terms of a creature is antlers. Antlers rise. You see the face of a reindeer with a bright red nose.
Oh.
You see the body of a reindeer ripped as hell. You see giant biceps, giant forearms.
Oh my God.
This reindeer is ripped as hell. He stomps one step at a time over the hill. I heard that you're trying to talk to Scrooge. And that is where we are going to leave today's session.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Roided out Rudolph.
Rudolph.
We'll see if the universe ends next time.
Oh,
Hallowed be thy Eve.